vontade de peidar, mano. Pera aí. Pera aí. Pera aí. Vamos lá, pai. Ai. Como seria o mais jeito mais fácil ir pra lá? Um pouquinho então. Olha o jogo travando. Nossa senhora. Segura aqui? Não. Sempre treta aqui, né? Impressionante. Ah, os vampiros agora. Não, agora ficou parecendo vampiro, mano. Não é isso que eu queria, não, mano. Filho da puta. Ô, desgraçado. Sai. Você viu que cuzão, mano? Mano, que cuzão, velho. Dinheiro. Ah, tentando aqui. Tentando aqui, né? Põe seus cu que eu tô passando direto, fi. Olha o jogo travando, velho. Esse jogo trava demais, mano. Não é possível. Ai, 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 viu? Jogo de bosta. Hospital Pembroke. Quem que tá aqui? Ah, Dr. Swanson. Em cima, né?
Hello, Tense. I am sure every obstacle will cede.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
Oh, the legendary founder of the Ascalon Club. I'm afraid I cannot help you with that, Jonathan.
Pô, estragou meu fone, véi. Pera aí. Porra, mano. Para, véi.
So you do?
All the Brotherhood knows about him is highly confidential. He is dangerously intimate with the royal family and Britain's inner circles.
Are you afraid of him?
No, but since most ancient vampires were killed or fled England during the Great Hunt of 1850, he may be the oldest British vampire. A myth in the flesh, so to speak.
Top.
Did you know that Lady...
Well, actually, yes. I attended an exhibition of her paintings before the war. Beautiful landscapes and stunning portraits. I wish I'd purchased one.
Perhaps we could go to her next exhibition, you and I.
What a beautiful idea, Jonathan. Did you know she told me once she had been a model for famous painters? But she never told me which ones.
What can you tell me about them?
A sad story, my dear friend. Tragic, in fact. The Brotherhood was betrayed by some of its most trusted members.
Why was it...
Not only did the Guard of Prewen hunt down and kill most ancient vampires of England, they also destroyed or confiscated their possessions. Priceless knowledge was lost in just a few nights.
Tell me...
The founders of the Guard of Prewen stole precious and unique documents and reports from the Brotherhood's library when they left. They used them to identify and locate their next targets.
I shall...
Ah, só isso? Só isso. Você tá me tirando, Zé. Ô, Zé, eu não tô nem aí, mano. Eu vou descansar que eu tenho coisa pra upar de novo, pai. Tem muita coisa pra upar. Tomar seus coelhos, mano. Seus bunda mole. Cadê minha... Top. Então, nem consegui melhorar pro nível 4. Pode crer que eu vou colocar isso, mano. Não consigo ver. Ah não, na H não. Tá bom, dormir aí para tirar os bons, tirar os bons, né? Mas aí, solução de sangue, rapaz. Bora. Ih, morreu tudo, quer ver? Nossa, se o povo morrer, velho, eu vou ficar puto. Ah não, eles não morrem mais não, graças a Deus. Graças a Deus. Glória a Deus. Vamos pra missão então, né? Eu acho, né? Acho que é o de missão, né, parceiro? It's time to go, bro. Não consigo ter dois, né? Top Night. Vamos pular então, parceiro. Deixa eu ver se posso conversar com você, mano.
Good evening.
Good. Good evening, Doctor. Good.
É, eu não quero mais saber de vocês, não.
What can you tell me about
Edwina was a
So you...
What?
Oh, I know. Am I right?
I was
You're what?
that not.
Do you... A great...
I can give
A lot...
you all up.
Nova investigação.
I'll leave.
Que é a investigação do Clay. Onde é que tá isso? Ah, aqui. Aqui na frente, mano, pertinho, porra. Caralho.
See that fancy?
Ah, merda, hein? Sai fora, seus arrombados.
Close. This one's a top.
It's locked.
Olha o zumbi aí, porra. Zumbi não, vampiro. Ai, porra. Da puta, sai fora, ô desgraçado. Hein? Opa.
This must be Clay Cox's knife. A fine blade.
Deixa eu ver a placa de Clay Cox.
No wonder he... Sit back.
Porra, meu, tu tá de brincadeira, né? Não, não é pra ir lá não, velho. Aí eu acho que eu já fui. Ai, ai, me custa abrir a porta.
Aí, rapaziada, saímos São Maromba. E pra você que quiser doar. dia rodando já o sorteio do alguém.
Merda, viu? Ah, já 20 já, mano. Porra, era aí é o bagulho lá. Vou voltar lá.
Weapons ready! We found one!
Vocês estão de brincadeira comigo, né? Tetase. O que vocês?
We were supposed to be safe. Oh, what?
Good evening, sir.
Dr. Reed.
And you?
Newton Blight.
Why did Scotland use
Rats.
You are always welcome.
I'm not giving.
Perhaps.
Could you speak?
What can
War.
did you
No.
Ah, foda-se. Ah, foda-se. Mano, não quero saber mais coisa de...
What can go on?
It's like.
Ice.
No, you don't.
Are you? Of course. What kind?
I believe.
Goodbye, Mister.
Não, pera aí.
Hello.
Good evening.
Ah, tá aqui.
Hello.
Yes.
What you? Mr. Thatch.
No.
I understand.
No.
Oswald.
I don't trust.
You're
I've seen enough. No.
an Iraq.
Well, Doctor.
As a so.
My God.
Ah, pra cassear a pista, mano. Bosta.
Are you?
No.
Goodbye.
Ah, fodi com tudo.
In that.
I hope that won't make me an accomplice.
Who knows?
I'll.
Pô, deixa eu ir pra missão, pai. Deixa eu ir pra missão.
Look at it. Vicious bug.
Caralho, filho da puta. Consigo? Consigo. Reto.
Want some of this?
Sai fora, sai fora, sai fora, sai fora. Tá bom, vou tentar, não, tá bom, vou deixar vocês em paz. Deixar vocês em paz, tá bom, vou deixar vocês em paz, seus bosta. Deixa eu mudar de conta aqui. Alterar conta. Mas que porra, não consigo trocar de conta, velho. Toma no cu. Não consigo trocar de conta. Ah, não consegui por aqui. Que beleza. Você se foda aí, Zé. Moral mesmo. Tomar no cu. Cala a boca, viado. Já. Cala a boca. Não consigo alternar a conta desse caralho. Cala a boca, videogame. Cala a boca. Você é de brincadeira com a minha cara, né, Zé? Ah, mano, ó, mano, aqui o bagulho da livre. Bora. Só as tretas.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
Cara, o cara ele é 28, se eu morrer se eu bater de frente com ele. Se eu bater de frente eu tô fudido. Foda-se, vou bater de frente. Vem. Vem. Vem pro pau. Vem pro pau. Vai. Vem pro pau, pai. Vem pro pau. Toma. E por isso são estas coisas. Ícones. Não sabia desses ícones não, mano. Agora sim, então aqui essa porta aqui. Por aqui dá pra ir. Pra cá ver se tem alguma coisa. Nada. Então aqui. Nada. Nada.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Sai. Toma. Toma. Vou apresentar. Calma.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British Vampire Society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Oh,
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young econs. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's...
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
falou bem.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night, since I am a woman?
Não.
Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually,
Faria.
yes. I
Burro.
ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette then? Oh, you really are.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time, even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Chupador, você não sabe ler não, cara.
Sugador.
Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claim?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch.
Ah,
I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Ah, nova investigação, mas que caralho, hein?
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when... she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What exactly?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Tô matando todo mundo, Zé.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose...
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future.
Is it not true of
Your mother...
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
It's...
I love my...
Does it bother?
No.
Your mother...
But what?
Foda-se.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage, just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady.
There are less.
Be careful what you wish for, young lady. I could gaze at you right now and then take you to a shady corner and have my way with you. And leave your carcass to the rats.
You wouldn't dare.
How could she suspect me?
Oh, my God. For what?
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been...
Peraí.
Good evening.
And...
Nossa, não
Goodbye,
botei, não
Charlotte.
consigo te matar. Não consigo te matar nem fudendo.
Good evening, sir.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit it's good.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my...
How is this?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonder.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
You cannot expect the newspapers to expose the truth while the war is still raging. I can assure you that the situation here is desperate.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
Deixa eu ver o que falou.
Is it not a little...
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
But what about the
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
So you prefer...
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
What can you tell me?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city.
Find it...
Oh, I haven't.
Ele falou. Ah, bagulho
I
chato.
must confess...
Really?
Do you have...
Not since my parents died.
Really?
I'm afraid the real head of it.
London?
I use that.
Ah, muito chato, hein?
I may have a...
Cala a boca, meu.
It's locked.
Sai, porra. Tchau, Ashley.
Good evening, sir.
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your old...
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you?
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
When did you escape the...
You know what's funny?
I know it.
Of course.
What is this?
Nice.
Foda-se, eu não quero mais saber do...
How... But you're a lovely... Is everything...
You forgot...
Ah, então foda-se.
You need some...
Uma missão então. Ó, tem duas missões aqui, né? Na frente, vamos lá encontrar a casa dela. Da Emily. Vamos conversar com ele.
Good evening.
I won't...
Clarence. Why have...
I have to warn everybody about them.
Vampires in London?
I'm not mad, Jonathan.
Clarence.
Thank you.
It's all right.
The first time...
tell me?
I've always...
Have you...
No.
What do you...
The guy...
Have you...
No.
Are you...
Yes.
Clarence,
I was in...
that you were...
Please don't...
Did you...
No.
Foda-se.
You need...
Aqui eu tenho que entrar, né? Aqui mesmo. Fala com essa mulher aí.
Good evening, miss. Miss, you...
No,
What happened?
the rats.
Miss Billow, please.
The voice in...
Do you feel compelled?
Yes.
Tell me about...
Keep your mouth shut, he said.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm hungry.
Don't you remember who you are?
I was...
What is the...
shadows.
I must...
Que essa mulher é, Zé? Essa mulher tá louca, Zé. Vamos ver se não consigo conversar com ela.
Hello?
Jonathan, is that you?
Thank you, Phoebe.
I was going to bed.
Forgive me.
I'll tell...
Filho da mãe. Tem que matar mais gente pra upar. Eu vou entrar na casa dela, parça. Por aqui? Não, aqui não, velho. Não é aqui. É lá dentro. Ah, será que é dentro daquela casa? Ixi, é isso mesmo. Mano, é aquela casa ali, velho. Mas como eu vou chegar lá, meu irmão? Vou entrar aqui? Não. Vou entrar aqui? Não. Vou tentar por um lugar, velho. Vou entrar aqui? Não dá também não. Acho que tem alguma coisa a ver com entrar naquela casa ali, viu? Papo reto, mano. Acho que tem muito a ver com isso mesmo. Não mostra? Acho que não mostra. Ah, sacanagem, mano. Não mostra onde é que tá, velho. Poxa, sacanagem demais, velho. Ah, eu tenho que ir no restaurante. Só que aqui os anos de vermelho que eu vou encontrar.
I cannot enter.
Aqui não. Não, porra. Você vai sair. Quer saber, mano? Vamos fazer a missão lá, foda-se. Nem, não tô contando. Vamos fazer a missão do cara. Pra nós, no caso.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Nossa, Lord Redgrave, mano.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
There's been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Porra, sai da casa, filho da puta. Mano, cu.
Passando aqui para informar que o lançamento de música nova dia 3 agora. Já deixei o link do pré-save na minha bio, então vocês correm lá, já deixa salvo na sua playlist, que tá vindo pedrada, mano. Manda direct, já salva lá, e eu vou deixar a foto aí. E antes de postar aí, galera, mano, quase me esquecendo, vou deixar uma roupa de um mano meu aí, que mandou uma camisa de time muito doida, só feita de qualidade. Mandou 6, chegaram 3, a outra tá pra chegar ainda, mas eu vou mostrar pra vocês. Olha essa camisa, mano, do Ajax, doida demais. Olha essa rosa do Real. Olha essa camisa, mano, do Ajax, doida demais. Olha essa rosa do Real. Só camisa de qualidade, mano. Eu vou deixar o arroba dele aí, você chama ele lá, mano. Qualquer camisa de qualquer qualquer time, mano. Qualquer time mesmo. Quando chegar as outras eu vou postar aqui pra vocês verem, mas é só peita doida, mano. Olha isso. Doida demais, segue lá. De peita de time, o bonézinho de...
Topzera, hein, mano. Vou estar pra topzera, mano. Muito top, mano. Deixa eu mexer. Opa. Oh. Que isso?
It's locked, all right.
Então foda-se. Subir. Vagabou. Deixa eu ver. O Dago da Gisele é melhor, hein? Foi mal, filho.
It's locked.
Deixa eu dar aqui. Vou pegar aqui, x, tem nada. Isso aqui abre? Ah, abre. Valeu, falou, pai.
Good evening.
Jeez.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss.
We have so
Welcome
much.
to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Yes, she is. I may even say I admire her probity and her kindness. She has helped me since I was reborn.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, Do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashby.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Scowl Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why have you asked me here?
Because the crisis is escalating. Our enemies, the Guard of Prewen, have even launched an open hunt. The only way to calm things down is to put an end to the epidemic.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed. But first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept,
Please ask.
what does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
What is the...
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does...
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
Pi pi pi. Po po po. Tomando
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours. Sent to cleanse the East End of all Scowls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Zé, papo reto, acho que esse povo aqui tá tudo...
That went well.
You have the making.
I was, though.
So why did you...
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish, and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You aspire?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed, until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others in the club.
Fergal Banshire was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod, all muscles and instinct. Quite the rare breed, ferociously territorial. Mortals often mistake them for werewolves.
You do know...
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scowls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scowls.
I have met peaceful and wise Scowls. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Scowls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Fiquei mais forte então. Então fiquei mais forte. Nossa, nível 5 pra matar aquela aí. Só consigo matar todo mundo aqui praticamente. Se eu matar esses dois aqui, ó. Esse mulher aqui.
How's your...
I have a...
All right.
You made me swear on...
William Marshall.
William...
That would be joyful news.
Why is his...
He was simply the great...
May I ask you about the mortal who
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
So he really is a member then?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies. Even if I admit some of us fled during the first hours of the Great Hunt.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal. Are you not afraid he might reveal who you are? Especially...
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us. This is the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me?
It's a major concern. And I'm convinced we'll only get a satisfactory conclusion, but...
I have already met Geoffrey McCullum. I'm certain he will persist until he has killed every...
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Skulls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Skulls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly. Once we have...
What about the risk of a full-scale attack here? Geoffrey McCullum is a daring leader.
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this.
Goodbye.
Godspeed.
Boto fé.
They must have spent years preparing.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does...
I feel perfectly fine. Do I have cause for concern?
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
O senhor é membro da
Are you a
casa?
member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
Ai, ai, ai. Continuação pra casa.
It's not really my place to give.
Are you sick?
Personally.
Foda-se.
Are you not afraid?
Sir, it's for...
Is not that...
My dear Dr. Reed.
So you...
I have been...
Mano, muito...
What can you...
I would not...
Mr. Dawson. Of Dawson and Dawson. The wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent...
A withering London...
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson?
My case is beyond the scope of traditional...
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the...
What do you know about
I
them?
should not say that.
But they are...
They are not...
Would you help?
No. They...
What is this?
I am sure Lord...
Money cannot solve every problem.
You're right.
What is your plan?
Quarantine and barricades are futile.
By doing so, you...
Not if we eliminate.
Or are you not mistaking sacrifice?
Why do you care? Are you not...
Da puta. Da puta, Zé. Tinha que construir um muro lá, Zé. Filho da puta, mano. Mano, na moral, filho da puta esse cara aí, mano. Esse cara é um filho da puta, mano. We came from the bottom, down below.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Good evening. I'm investigating the source of the...
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Oh, já me deu informação já.
Goodbye.
She's been...
Pera aí. Como é que eu vou chegar lá, meu irmão? Espero que seja por ali. Sendo aqui. Vou aumentar lá no outro lá, né? Escutando o povo gritando aí, Zé. Tô escutando, Zé.
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here? I need to find out what they're after.
Da puta. Hey. Vem. Vem pro pai. Vem pro pai, meu irmão. Uma coisa aqui? Não.
It's locked, all right.
Eu tô com muita fome. Pode.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Tá bom. Comer. Normal. Maybe I was in a project well.
This woman's body has multiple lacerations. They're deep, too. Whoever did this was driven by rage.
Hmm. Dinheiro. Thank you.
He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out. He was a victim of brutal torture.
Clean those by.
This one's neck is broken. He was young. Probably the son.
Porra.
You thought I was dead too, didn't you? No, I was just pretending. Doris told me I could have been a great actress.
Ih, roubou,
Killed your family.
They mocked my talent. Ah!
Vem. Da puta. Vem. Vem pro pau. Vem pro pau, filho.
I've never seen such a radical mutation. Could it be a new stage in the disease's evolution?
Mano, esse meio tomou um pau, filho. Pera aí. Zé, esse meio tomou um pau, filho. Você é louco.
So, this girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher acting school.
Que tem a ver, Zé? Vou ter que voltar lá de novo. Posso vai ter outro boss, né? Aqui. Pô, sai. Não, não é isso aqui não, né? Aham. Não, é pra cá que eles estão. Vou conversar com o moço aqui.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
I'm investigating the sword.
Not really. Wait, now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand?
Thank you. It may be nothing, but I'll investigate anyway. Where do they live?
They have a house in the southern part of the district, somewhere north of the railway bridge. There is a courtyard, if I remember rightly.
Goodbye.
Opa. Segundo foco de infecção. Aqui dá pra ir lá? Vou voltar aqui. Tem. Vamos lá. Espero que dê pra abrir.
The building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
Mas como que eu vou chegar lá, mano? Ah, tá por aqui. Essa mulher ali, mano. Porra. Morri. Morri. Filho da puta, mas você é um filho da puta, isso que tu é, mano. Moral. Aqui, certeza, parceiro. O que será o próximo boss aí, meu irmão? O que será que vai ser o próximo boss? E lá embaixo tem um escal. Morre, morre, morre. Tá de brincadeira, né? Virou festa aqui. Na moral, virou brincadeira, né? Virou de otário, filho da puta. Da puta! Ô, merda, eu errei o golpe, Zé. Filha de uma puta. É imortal, filho, você é louco, não consigo acertar ela. Ô, vagabundo. Quando vocês vão, vocês explodem. Não vou passar não, mano. Porque o bagulho é doido. Vamos ver. Não tem dúvida nenhuma, Zé, que vai ter um boss, filho de uma puta. Feio pra desgraçar. Feio pra desgraçar. Opa! espingarda? Vou equipar. Tá louco? Não vou equipar, mano. Espingarda, filho, cê é louco. Matar, viado. Quer que você se foda. Quer que você se foda. Vai fora. Ai, me deu um golpe. Será que vai explodir? Matei os dois. Dois vagabundos. Dois vagabundos, os dois são. Zé. Pera aí. Então eu posso trocar, né? Mano, não tem nenhuma arma de uma bomba boa, véi. Não sei nem como é que eu... Doris Fletcher.
So the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher.
Teatro de Doris Fletcher. E quem foi levar não? Down Miracle night, I was up on the floor. How would you know? How would you
Doris Fletcher seems to be the missing link here. It can't just... be a coincidence. I should go to her acting school.
Eu vou lá agora. Vamos evoluir. Eu não quero mais evoluir. Tá ok? Vai pra frente, bosta. Opa, aí sim, parceiro. Não é por aqui não. Por aqui, ó. Não é por baixo, não é por lá não. Tem que ser por cima. Sai. Sai. Sai fora, seus vagabundos. Ah, vocês estão de brincadeira, né? Vagabunda. Isso que tu é, tá ligado? Ah, vagabunda.
It's locked, all right.
Acessa o teatro. Como é que eu vou acessar o teatro, vagabundo? Como é que eu vou encontrar a porra do teatro? Por aqui que não é. Deve ser por aqui, né? Não, talvez não. É por aqui. Ah, mano, para de travar videogame, vagabundo. Vagabunda.
Best stay back, sir. There's one of them. Watch yourself. Fear, no evil.
Sai, sai.
Watch out.
Toma! Ah! Achei que eu nem consegui curar, não, ué. Only place I can...
There's an open window on the second floor.
Opa, sabe? Peraí. Tem uma coisa aqui embaixo. Não. Vamos lá. Ai, que coceira na perna.
I cannot enter.
Por aqui. Que fome que eu tô, meu parceiro. Mano, que fome que eu tô, velho. Que isso, meu parceiro. Vai tomar no cu, menor. Toma no cu, menor. Opa. Salve, menor. Terfus Craft, tamo junto. Eu tô esperando a mãe fazer o macarrão ali, Zé. Vai disso, pode ter opinião, pra infectar todo mundo demais. Matar, Zé.
Woe to you, nations of immigrants. For in front of you stands the tall queen.
Can that be Doris Fletcher's voice? Where does it come from?
Por onde está vindo? Morre. Da puta. Ai, vai correr. Toma um golpe, ó. Toma. Ô, bunda. Tô todo verde. Vamos ver aqui. Vou abrir aquela porta ali, né? Demorou. Tem ela aqui não? Eu já peguei aqui esse negócio. Ah, mulher lá, Zé. Vamos lá. Acho que é o último boss, hein? Não quero mais desse não.
It's locked.
A porta tá trancada. Vou descer por aqui então. Umas correntes boas, ó. Para, mano. Fica parado. Fica parado. Seu vagabundo. Ô, bosta. Não, vou sair lá fora nem fudendo, sou bobo.
It's locked, all right.
Não, blockade também. Tô até de brincadeirations.
Who are you? You who dared enter my realm. Are you here to worship or mock me?
I'm here to put an end to the vampire epidemic, Miss Fletcher.
Ah. But Doris Fletcher is no more. She was consumed by this putrid flesh that now enshrouds her.
You feel anger for what happened to you, but I can help you. I'm a doctor, Miss Fletcher.
Doris Fletcher is no more. All that remains are the dreams of the queen she was, and the queen she'll be. Until then, all shall die, for that was her final wish. My blade, come to me! My...
Toma, vagabundo. Morre.
Behold, Kinslayer, the disgrace of she.
Nossa senhora.
Will she be the queen again?
Sai, porra. Tamanho do braço dela, Zé. Ataca, porra. Vou morrer. Morri. I'm a dead man. Zé, vai tomar no cu, mano. Jogabilidade bugada do caralho, velho. Vai tomar no cu. Não, vai se fuder, na moral. Tomar no cu. Tomar no cu.
Your blood will be mine. Behold, Kinslayer, the disgrace of she.
Ai, que merda.
Will she be the queen again once they all share her fate?
Vai ver uns amiguinhos dela, os amiguinhos da puta. Sai. Sai, porra. Mano, olha o golpe dela, velho. Vai se fuder. Vai se fuder, mano. Olha isso. Ah, mano, onde você me pegou, filho da puta?
Arise and save your queen, my slave.
Matei.
Wait. I beg you, wait.
What?
I don't want to die.
And I did not come to kill you, Miss Fletcher.
Will you spare me then? Save this cadaverous carcass of mine.
Credo.
Does your heart beat a little faster now? You fancy me then, Doctor?
No, Miss Fletcher. My dead heart will beat for only one.
Ah! Is she pretty? Is she sweet and tender?
To me, yes.
Ah! I hate her already.
I know. And this is partly why you must be destroyed.
What you just said.
That I did not come here to kill you, yes. But I realize now the threat you embody must be stopped.
Will I be remembered? Will you?
You were Doris Fletcher. The greatest actress of her generation. No one can take that from you.
And farewell. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Windows, pais.
Farewell, Doris.
Nossa, Windows, pais.
Bravo! So dramatic. I love it.
McCullum.
How strange I seem to find you whenever I'm inquiring about that Skal infestation.
I mean you no harm.
I'm not here for you. But once I put all the pieces of the puzzle together, I'm sure we'll have a little chat, you and me.
Stay away from me, McCullum. You and all your war dogs.
That I can't guarantee, Dr. Reed. But I'll let you go. For now.
I should probably leave the theater right now.
Pera aí. Deixa eu ver minha arma nova, né? Opa. Aí sim. Vai pro nível 5. Ô louco, meu. Ô louco, meu. 210 de dano, meu filho. Será doido? Tô com a de arma.
I cannot enter. The West End should be safe now. But London is not. It would be wise to benefit from the Ascalon's protection while I continue my research during the Great Hunt.
Vai lá, rapaz. Vai embora.
Isso, aperta o bom, aí não esquece do glúteo. 5, 6. Se der, faz 10. 10.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Zé, vou encerrar lá, vai ver porque eu tô morrendo de fome, Zé. Papo